Alrighty, so the teams are in, which is really great news. Just loaded it, so every week we've had something come about that we weren't expecting to see that's caused us to have to change our trade plans going into the round that we'd spent the entire week thinking about and deciding this is what I'm going to do, all for nothing. So this week, I've gone with a new strategy, and that's not really thinking nearly as much about it, but I do have a decision if nothing fucking crazy happens. But that would be unwise to think that's going to happen since the last couple of weeks have turned out to be the case. So things that I like, what I can see here is Marcus Bontempelli being managed. So I have a big fat target on Marcus Bontempelli because I think he's going to become a forward, and in that case I think he's F1 or F2. So he, in my opinion, is a must-have, presuming he gets forward status, which I believe he is going to get. I did ask it in the Discord, the Supercoach George Discord, and nobody answered my calls for help. I only called out once, so I could have been more persistent, and I'm sure a strapping young lad would have come to my rescue. Didn't happen though. Sean Darcy's in though, and that's pretty sweet. I've got a big target on Sean Darcy as well because I think that Gawn is going to be out of reach. And you know who else is going to be out of reach? Jared Witz. Who would have thought? Jared Witz is a viable R2 option. I don't think anyone that even started him thought that was going to happen. And right now you'd be like, I'd take Witz like just from now to the rest of the season. But at least people like Will Brodie have stood up. Horn Francis, I don't have him, never have had him. And not worried about it, because if I did, I would have gotten rid of him by now. I thought he was going to turn a corner. I'm sure he's got a big game in him, so maybe he does, but it's just taken him too long, and it's time to cut people, and for a lot of people, he's at the top of the list, so that's the way it goes. Okay, Dusty's back. That's so sweet, dude. Like, I was thinking about it, like players that you love to watch that are like game breakers, and it's just like I could just watch a game just to watch this guy play. And at the top of my list is Lance Franklin, without a doubt. Marcus Bontempelli's up there as well, to be fair, but not Lance Franklin level. But another one of those guys is Dustin Martin, and just to have him playing again. And you know what? Richmond are reasonably well poised to put together a run into the top 8, possibly. Like, it's probably they would probably be underdog status to achieve that. But if he comes out and makes it happen, that would be really, really cool. Big story, Rory Thompson, after, I think they said like 1,300 and something days since he hasn't played. So I'm just doing some quick fucking numbers, but I think that's like 4 years. 4 and a bit. Paddy Mccarten and Logan Mcdonald, the best of friends. Not surprised to see them two bounce back. There's a beautiful friendship brewing there, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Paddy Mccarten sizzler into the forward 50 for Logan Mcdonald to finish, and a big, he's going to come from defence to give him a high 10. It's going to be a phenomenal moment, and everyone's going to love it, and hopefully that's how it ends. That's how the story ends, so that'll be great. Darcy McPherson omitted. He just can't get a solid run in the team, eh? Like, I'm not saying it's not his own fault, but like, he's in and out. Paddy Dangerfield, what a legend. What a fucking legend Paddy Dangerfield is. He's just hard at it. He's a pleasure to watch. I tell you what, he's in that category as well. I'd watch a player just to watch Paddy. He's not like the most highly... He's not like really accurate like Bontempelli. He's not like super... finesse isn't the way you'd describe him, but fucking hell, he just gets after it. He gets that fucking thing, he picks it the fuck up, and he fucking like bolts out the contest and just like boots the fuck out of it. And it's like, yeah, Pat. Fucking absolute legend. Fucking Hall of Famer in my opinion. I'm pretty sure he won a Brownlow. You know what? The reason I probably think this is because I probably, like, on balance, I'm not a big bettor at all, but I probably, in total in my lifetime bet maybe $500, like, across all possible betting avenues. Maybe 1,000 if I was... odds between 500 and 1,000 probably. But I bet on Patrick Dangerfield to win the Brownlow, and he won it. So maybe that's why I fucking love him so much. But good times, me and Pat. Okay, so that just made... I just thought of Mccarten when I read that Nick and got worried, but fortunately it's the Cox. Josh Ward is back. We like to see that, to be honest. I was a bit worried he was just going to get cut. I probably would have cut him by now, to be fair. But you know what? I wouldn't have, because he's still in my team. And I've still got his back. He's still there. Okay. This looks like we're getting away with something. Jake Saligo's back. I knew I should have held Jake Saligo. Oh no, and Hinge. I've gotten the double whammy here. Oh, it could be extended bench though. Let's have a look. Saligo is on the bench, but Hinge is going to be on the field. See, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. You just sit back and you think, Adelaide last week were going into the GWS game as favourites. They were like $1.67. And then Mitchell Hinge is out of the team. He's named as an emergency, so there's that, I guess. But they fucking lose the game. If they hadn't have lost, he's probably not playing. He had a good-ish outing. I think he got like 20 disposals and a goal, I heard Eno say on his weekly roundup. So I think overall, other than Saligo coming back and should have got rid of Stevens instead or something, because Stevens isn't back, No. Stevens is not even an emergency. So yeah, maybe it's time for Stevens to go. I think I can pull it off. So what I should learn here is you don't cut a player that's still got the potential to make money like Mitch Hinge. Saligo's like, we'll see how that goes. He looked pretty bad, to be fair, in his first few games. So, what have we got? This is what happened last week. Oh, I better go back to the... Alright. 2415. 15633. So I'm still behind the major YouTubers. But, to be fair, not by much, and I'm catching up. This week, I made no ground. I lost ground. So that was disappointing. But the last couple of weeks, I made a lot of ground, and I'm in touching distance. Plus, I have a lot of money in the bank this week. So just to sort of get away with last week and sort of be in the range, puts me in good stead, I think. So I think I'm actually in a reasonably good position. 1 of 3 league wins. That's disappointing. You always just want to fucking win those things. You don't know who the person is, but it's just like, he's fucking looking at his phone being like, haha, and you're just like on your fucking PC, like going hard. Oh dear. Alrighty. Tommy Stewart, what a pick. 120 average, bro. And he's the perfect Supercoach pick. You just watch him play. He's the sort of player, he is like the number one player I will probably choose for the rest of his Supercoach relevance. Because I've started with him the last 2 years and it's been great. And you just watch him play and it's just I don't know, just nice to watch. Every disposal just has a little bit of pizzazz. It's just, it's cool watching him rack up the disposals as opposed to maybe like a Tom Mitchell and it's like, oh shit, he's had fucking 18. I didn't realise. Anyway, Crisp is another one who he just looks good when he plays. He looks like a good player. Just the way he runs through midfield and shit looks like, shit, that guy's fucking killing it. And then he fucking kicks it and it's just sometimes it's a beauty, but fuck, he's pretty bad at kicking. Sicily. Fuck yeah. Dude, I love my defense. This is the big story of the week, basically, is the trades. So, made the mistake of going. To be honest, some people got into a situation where they weren't unable to take their VC, but I decided not to take it. I was just I'm not going 122. That's pathetic. I want more than that. And then I was Jack McRae against Essendon. Surely, bro. Surely you've got a high enough standards to be this is Essendon. This is the perfect game for you to go 150. Just bring it. Then, be involved. Be a relevant fucking player. And he just didn't do that. I think he had 27 disposals and shit, and I didn't even watch the game, so I'm just salty because he got a fucking 89, and I'm like, bruh, that's pathetic. But to be fair, I think maybe 4 out of 5 times this year he's brought it, that I've had the captaincy on him. This is the first time he's disappointed me with captaincy, but he hasn't looked good, obviously, the last 2 weeks, so really worried about him. I'm going to trade him out this week too. Just kidding, of course. I'm joking. He's a keeper all day long. So, big story of the week is the trades. I've got 339,000 here. Rochelle, that was a fail. I was hoping he would go big against GWS. They were the favourites, for goodness sake. They just got killed. It was kind of embarrassing. Anyway, fuck Rochelle, bro. He's done. Peace. Peace to him. And the next player I'm getting rid of, I was going to go Mccarten, and I was going to go Berry. Berry's obviously gone. What a fail keeping him for the 48. He had an 80 average, and now it's down to 75, and it's because of that pathetic 48 score. Just a disgrace. Happy to see him go. To be fair, he was hanging on by a thread, and this was just a matter of time. And it's happened, and he's gone. So, I wish I actually got rid of him last week. That would have been a pretty gangster move, and one that I didn't think it through. I don't think. Anyway, we've got Dylan Stephens or Paddy Mccarten here. So Dylan Stephens, not even an emergency. I'm going to trade him out. He'll be in next week and go all right. But I think the decision now that I've just had to realise that Mitch Hinge should not have got rid of him last week. That's really disappointing that I did that. I'm pretty bummed about that, but was definitely going to go Paddy Mccarten. Now I'm going Dylan Stephens, so he's getting pieced. So we're going to move Paddy to the forward line, I think, and we're bringing in. No, we're not. Paddy's going back there, so we're going to have to play one of Gibbius or De Koning or Paddy Mccarten with this manoeuvre. So I don't know if I want to do that. And I'm going to have to move one of these guys into the midfield. And I don't like that. So Dylan Stephens, whatever, he's a loophole. That's his fucking fate for the rest of the season. I'm not going to get all hung up that, really what it was is, if it was a 117 or a 102, it's just a nice little play. You never know who the fucking donut's going to be, but maybe it's this guy. If I get that for it's $50,000 lost, whatever. It's 50k in the grand scheme of things. It's not really that big of a deal. That's the swing on a single player, a single premium that you're not even going to trade. Anyway, magic number's 150 for a reason. So peace, Paddy. I'll probably need that money anyway. I love getting that money in. It's so sweet. And then you just upgrade. Boom. Jaden Short on the back for 152. Now, this is the big concern. Can this motherfucker do this again? He played in the midfield for the first time against West Coast, who were absolutely pathetic. They were so bad. And I don't even know if it was because they weren't trying or they just suck. I think they just suck. So, I don't know if they had wholesale changes this week. Didn't really take much notice of them because that's what their performance last week deserves. That was actually so shit. Anyway, why the fuck is West Coast not in here? What's going on, man? Anyway. Have they done that fucking bullshit again where it's like, oh, we're going to do the fucking teams on a different day? Oh, well, there's literally not a single relevant West Coast player other than Greg Clark, who's super relevant, so surely he's playing again. Do we even need to worry about that? Oh, I'm going to have to fucking look it up. Alrighty, let's see. What's the go here? Oh, they're going to make me pay for that bullshit, aren't they? Come on. Come on, the West. You can do it, lad. Is there a pay? Oh, there is. Subscribe today. Look how shit this fucking deal is. $1 per day. That's fucking heaps. Alright. Rookie sensation. Oh, is that Greg Clark? Oh, no fucking way. I guess it just means you can wait a week on him. He's not even going to play. Did that Reed guy get in? That Reed guy plays for Essendon. He's playing again. Is he Zach Reed? Oh, I didn't watch them play, and I don't know if Ben Hobbs got another game, and Baldwin got dropped. Fuck. So I'm not doing Greg Clark anymore. Fucking hell. What do I just do? Zach Reed or something? I mean, it's an option. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just going to do that for now and probably change it up. I always fucking end up changing shit. But it's not going to change much. The ones I'm focused on are these guys. And in comes Parker Lad. I didn't think I was going to do this. But it's like, I mean, I've got a choice between Parker and Heaney probably. Can I even afford Heaney? Maybe I can't. 535. I can choose between Heaney and Parker right now, basically. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna choose Parker all fucking day. All day, baby. Luke Parker. What I saw on the weekend was fucking a phenomenal effort against Gold Coast. I was like, if he's playing forward in like a new role, fuck that. But this motherfucker was in the contest. I don't know how many fucking contested possessions he had, but he had a good game. He had a fucking ripper of a game. A 150. I mean, this is going to be Zach Butters all over again, but nah, I couldn't see them not playing him like that again. Like, he was killing it. Fuck, they didn't verse Gold Coast. Who did Sydney verse? They versed Brisbane. Shit. He really fucking stood up, man. He stood up in that game. It was great. They lost that game, right? Anyway, in you come. Ooh, I don't know if that's fucking new, that fucking... I'm pretty sure that is. That's a new thing. I remember seeing it and being like, that's new. Alright, so that's what we're looking at doing, something like this. This is fire. Look at that. Mccarten 91. Sam Hayes gonna be fine, dude. He fucking better be. That Sam Hayes Max Gawn swing last week was just a killer. And I was like, how did I have such a shit week? What was it? And it's like, obviously that. Some people captained him. Those guys crushed it. Like, imagine a captained Gawn versus a captained McRae and a Sam Hayes. Like, that is a huge swing. I don't even know what it is, but it's like 150. Imagine if I got 150 extra, I would have crushed it. And I did trade out Max Gawn. I'll get him back. Getting him back now is so much more... Well, I was going to say complicated, but you know what? It's actually much more obvious because now you have to either get him in right now or wait. Otherwise, he's just going to be crazy expensive, and it's just probably better to wait a few weeks for him to come back down. Luke Jackson not in the team against Hawthorn. Just a recipe for disaster if you don't have him. I fucking started him. I had some sick starting picks, but I do think it was... I don't know. But I think it was the right decision to go for the value, to trade those keepers for value. It sort of remains to be seen, and in a lot of ways hinges on Zach Butters. Like, if he averages 91, it's probably fine. But that's not what he's fucking averaged for me, man. For me, he got that 138, which was fire, but for me, he's fucking averaged... That's... What the fuck? Is this Zach Butters? This is, I don't know why it's fucking being weird, but anyway. That's fucking Luke Parker. And how about Zach? What's Zach got? That 130 there. That was great. But yeah, I got a 58, 57, a 130, a 58, and an 89. Like, what the fuck? If he continues like that, it's a fail. Should have just kept Max Gawn. Got that 170 points or whatever this week. Anyway. Bringing in Short, very worried about him. Oh, man, I don't know if I'm actually going to do this shit, but... And if I guess I got Gibcus. I mean, it has to be Gibcus, right? Not this Reed guy. Like, he's just the only defender rookie, I think, at the moment. There's Callaghan, but... I don't know if that's how you say it, but... there's him, but I think he might have had a price rise already. And I've got George Stewart right up in this bitch in the midfield. This is pretty crazy. Oh, look at that midfield. That's sick. That's fucking sweet, dude. Rao, the worst player. The Gibcus is a disappointing, and I guess sort of Hayes. Obviously, the two big disappointments of the team, but everywhere else is pretty fire, and Matt Rao has had a resurgence. Like, hanging in there still. Like, I worry about Sydney against Matt Rao. Like, break even 39, I think he can do it. But I am worried. Like, Sydney's a really, really good team. And they could just run them ragged. But Gold Coast are a bogey team for Sydney without question. Some of the biggest wins Gold Coast have gotten, like as underdogs, like the biggest underdogs they've been, have been against Sydney. And they're going to be big underdogs this weekend. So let's fucking go. If they win and Matt Rao is a big part of that and he goes big, can you imagine? That'd be absolutely sick. So I'll hopefully be watching that and be fucking cheering for Matt Rao. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring it home and have a big one. That'll be quite something because he's been through it and he deserves it. So shine bright like a diamond.